This is Tony Hendrick. This is Painting Spirit, and today I'm going to focus on focusing. What is focusing? Yesterday, Marianne asked me to listen to a podcast she listened to for the first time, and it's called Hidden Place, or Hidden Brain. There you go, Hidden Brain. And it was interesting because they were talking about will and gratitude, and you'll have to just check out the podcast. I'm not very good at reciting stuff like that I've listened to, but essentially it talked about people using their will to accomplish something long term, and they talked about people can do that, and you can have success using your will, but if you happen to have failure and you've been using will, it can be a far greater disappointment or struggle. I guess for myself, I've experienced that, so I understand. There's a lot of guilt that gets placed behind failure when you've been using will to accomplish something that you're looking to accomplish. And so they talked about gratitude, and gratitude being a much more compassionate way to generate the energy to accomplish something. So I thought it was interesting, because I think it's something that, as artists, anybody actually who's looking to create something, there's a lot of resistance that can come up to that. And so how is it we deal with the resistance? Well, I guess I look at it like, instead of using will, what is the difference between will and determination for you? What is that difference? For me, will has a certain amount of, I'm going to make this happen, a certain amount of force behind it, and determination to me is more like absorbing yourself into something. And it's a quality that I actually have, the ability to focus. And that's the kind of focus that I'm talking about. It's absorbing yourself into something. And that can have its pluses and minuses for sure. If I latch on to a negative thought, and I've got all kinds of focus and absorbing myself in it, that's not a good thing. But when I talk about having fun while painting, and it's been a core thing for me in teaching whenever I've taught workshops, is it's all about having life in what it is you're doing. And when you absorb yourself into something like that as your your point of focus. It gets you into something that is an internal thing. And I think that has sustaining power. I think that's actually what the podcast was getting to with gratitude. It's something you find within yourself, and you can kind of surrender to it, open up to it. There's many times when I have had an inspiration to do something, and I get myself motivated to do it. There's a lot of that kind of will energy going on. And I think it happens for a lot of artists, actually. But a question to ask is, are you creating an act of will? Are you creating a work of art? And there's a difference between the two. One's not better than or worse than the other. It's all about, I guess, what the motivation is behind it. Really, to kind of figure out which one you're in. Are you creating an act of will or a work of art? And I would say, if you're looking to impress somebody, maybe the act of will is where you want to, is the energy you want to pull from. If you're looking to be inspired, looking for that feeling of inspiration, then that kind of getting lost in the painting here. Isn't that what it's about? Anyway, I think you get what I'm getting at with that. So I'm going to just take some time and focus inside and allow the painting to speak. I'll be quiet for a little bit here. Looks like the colors that I'm bringing in are a little bit like yesterday. You know, when you're absorbing yourself, it does give freedom to be in the moment and allow some gentleness and looseness to happen. I think that's something that also you can see in a work of art. And the artist is absorbed in it, it feels more free. There's more breathing in it. Isn't that what breathing is? Like a sponge. Breathing in, you can feel it. That's where the absorption happens. One of the reasons I'm kind of playing with abstraction, I guess, is what you would call this. It's because I'm doing this in a 15-minute thing, and you see changes happen. It's a little more interesting. But I think there might be a time when I also bring in some landscape paintings. 'Cause I know there's a part of you that likes to have something that you can recognize. At least there is for me. And you can bring the same kind of looseness and expressiveness when you're trying to create something from something that you're looking at. You know, I'm feeling really happy with this right now. I'm gonna call this one a short session. Actually started my clock, so I didn't go too long with it. When you absorb yourself into a painting, it allows room for creativity to happen. You start to find little things that just start to happen, and you go with it. Don't know what it is, but you're finding out. Kind of looks like a cannon. All right. I think that's going to be good for today. I'm going to share these, and I might tag a few people when I share to let them know that I'm doing this, because I know there's been people who have been interested. And we'll see you tomorrow morning.